It's a beautiful day to you, our lovely and smart real estate investors, both at home and also in diaspora. Hope you all are doing well today. In case you're coming across a video like this for the first time, I am Adejari. I am your number one real estate expert, certified by the Lagos Business School, and I'm also an award-winning real estate professional. I'm also an investor. I understand the way the real estate market works. In case you're coming across a video like this for the first time, the very first thing we will appreciate you do for us basically is to number one, subscribe to this YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a video, you will be the very first person to see. We came up with the idea of doing a real estate talk show with the intention of, enlightening you real estate investors so that you will be well informed, and whenever you're taking a real estate decision, it will be based on the aspect of real estate that has been well detailed, and of course you're taking that decision based on the information that you have at your disposal. We've done an exciting video on Ibeju Lekki, Ajah. We've explored the Lagos State rental market. We've explored the Lagos State short-let market. We've explored different aspects of off-plan, the criteria of a good real estate developer, how to verify land documents, how to spot a land with a fake acquisition title, how to identify a manipulative real estate developers. Property channels have addressed important aspects of real estate. In case after you've seen this video at your leisure time, you should do well to explore other playlists that we have done, because this playlist have addressed different aspects of real estate investment. And when you follow this playlist, I can assure you that you get a whole lot of information. More importantly, if you are not within the shores of Nigeria. I'll be back immediately after the short commercial. Stay tuned. Whenever you're thinking of doing a profitable and a reliable real estate investment, you need to make location a priority. And one of the fastest locations that is sorted among all real estate investments are property facing the expressway. One of the things you understand is that when you buy a property that is facing the expressway, within the shortest time of that same investment, you can get either 30% or 40% return on that same property within the shortest time possible. There was a man that bought a property along Bodilon area last year for 438 million naira. And when he had to sell that property, he sold it for 1.2 billion. That is the magic of having a property facing the expressway. The expressway is obviously and short for hospital, hotels, supermarkets, office spaces, different residential, and of course high-rise buildings. So in case you're looking at doing a real estate investment, whether the property is facing the Lekki Expressway or the Ikorodu Expressway or the Ikeja Expressway or any of the expressway in Ikoyi, any expressway is obviously one of the best ways to make an investment and get a good return. When they talk about return, will make sense. Now, property with a face express will give you that kind of return. So in case you want to have an investment, we have several properties in our portfolio that is facing the expressway, and they come with a good title and also with a flexible payment plan. So what exactly are you waiting for? Will you do an investment today by calling the number below the caption on this video, and let's get you started. Remember, now who get land, they think of future. Have a nice day. Right, you're welcome back. I'm super delighted to be on your screen today. It's a privilege and an honor that I don't take for granted. Thank you. If you are a returning viewer, we want to say thank you. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. And of course, if you're going to subscribe after this particular video, of course, I also want to say a very big thank you to you. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about why Lagos. Of all real estate investments, why Lagos? The reason why we've decided, of course, myself and my team, the reason why we decided to, do this particular episode basically is due to the fact that many people don't seem to understand why the Lagos State real estate market is the biggest real estate market after Abuja and other, and Port Harcourt. You will understand very well that the Lagos State real estate market is obviously the destination of top real estate developers across different parts of Africa. And of course, I know many of us have explored, we've seen the kind of, the activities of real estate in Lagos over the shortest period of time. So today, I'm going to be doing an elaborate episode of why Lagos. And also, I was speaking with, of course, I used to have different kind of interactions with different real estate investors. And I love the fact that we interact we exchange ideas, we learn from each other, and of course that's the hallmark of a good, interaction, and of course communication with esteemed real estate investors like you. So I was speaking with an investor, and it was like, okay, I've concentrated all my properties in Benin City. I have some in Sapele, Wari. I have some in Enugu. I have some in Imo State. And this dear real estate developer was saying, I don't want, of course, I said developer. This dear real estate investor was saying, I think with all these investments, I'm done, and I don't think I want to have anything in Lagos. I heard that Lagos is a traffic prone area, and I don't think I have, the effrontery and the stress to go through the stress. So I'll be reading a short report on Lagos, and I will explaining why Lagos is should be a top priority for real estate investment for you as a smart and beautiful legal real estate developer, of course, real estate investor. You will understand that from the statistics we've seen, in the early 1970s, you will discover that the Lagos population as at that time was 1.4 million, and this population grew without band from 1.4 million to over 22. Even this 22 million is said to be an estimated figure, and of course, when the Lagos State Census Board or the Federal Republic Census Board do, of course, a population census, you will find out that the possibility that this population that have increased is high. Of course, so the tendency that the population might have risen from 22 million to, of course, a higher number. And when you understand very well that Lagos State is one of the most populated cities in Africa, and of course that's why they used to say that Lagos State is, the destination and of course dream of several investors, not only in Africa but across the world. Then when you also understand that Lagos State is also the commercial capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and from the statistics we find out that Lagos State GDP is worth $33.67 billion. So Lagos State gross domestic product from its economy is $33.67 billion, and that simply means that Lagos State is contributing 25% to the Nigerians GDP. And when you understand that Lagos State is the fifth largest economy in Africa, you will understand that a whole lot of people want to make Lagos their second home. And that's why you will find out that for my Indigo brothers, my Niger Delta brothers, my Benin brothers, all the different citizens across different parts of Nigeria always want to have either their first or second home in Lagos. And when you look at the statistics, you will find out that statistics obviously does not tell a lie. And when you look at why Lagos State is one of the best investment destinations, you will find out that over time the Lagos State has been, of course, experiencing massive infrastructural development. Of course, you can see how trains terminals are being constructed in different parts of Lagos. Of course, we have a train terminal that will come all the way from CMS down to the Maitu, down to Ojo Barracks, and we're also going to have a train terminal that will also cut across the Ebute Metta aspect down to CMS and other parts of Lagos. You will find out that basically Lagos State is keen on infrastructural development, and this is due to the fact that Lagos State house several medium and big scale industries. And from our record, we find out that Lagos State have over 200,000 industries and factories operating at the same time in this city. So Lagos State obviously should be a priority for real estate development. So if you are an investor, I'm so sorry to say this, the worth of a property in Port Harcourt may not match the rate of which some properties. Of course, I'm not trying to undermine Port Harcourt. I'm saying that property in other states appreciate, but the rate at which property in Lagos appreciates is very high. And of course, that is due to the fact that there is demand. And of course, looking at the other factor that Lagos is the best real estate destination is due to the fact that presently you will agree with me that the Lagos State government is keen on infrastructure development. Like I rightly said, the international airport was recently approved, and of course, the first phase of the project is scheduled to take place on the first week of June 2023. We just saw how the Lagos State governor, and in conjunction with the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, commissioned the deep sea port, commissioned the refinery, commissioned, of course, different companies in the free trade zone. And of course, these projects have been, of course, working concurrently. We also saw basically that the deep sea port has commenced operation, and of course, from the video you are seeing, basically, you'll agree with me that they've been, exporting and importing of, materials through the Ibeju Lekki deep sea port. Now, why Lagos? So Lagos obviously is the best investment destination, and of course, with all the statistics, of course, more will be released in due time. But with these statistics, you should be well convinced that an investment in Lagos, obviously, because of the population, because of the concentration of industries, factories, and of course, because of the fact that the government of Lagos State is keen on infrastructural development. So I'll be coming back to round off this section, why Lagos, and of course, to explore different real estate investment that you can put into consideration. Stay tuned. It's a beautiful day to you, our lovely and smart real estate investors, both at home and also in diaspora. This is King's Court Property, reporting live from the beautiful city of Lagos, the Lekki Epe Expressway, and I'm here to show you a beautiful architectural edifice called Tiwa Gardens. Of course, I know you've seen this video, so it's not so surprising. But one beautiful thing I am here to verify basically is the extent of development that has been done here. Presently, Tiwa is the most affordable property facing the express. So don't doubt the quality of this estate, and don't doubt the integrity of the developer, because the developers have been vetted, and of course they are known for quality. The beautiful thing about this property is that it is just 7 minutes away from the airport. Last week we went to do some price valuation of the properties that is selling, of course, if they are available at the Ikeja airport, and we found out that a 400 square meter of land, simply because it's very close to the airport, is selling for 400 million. So this property is available in different square meters. We have commercial and residential. So in case as you can see, it's facing the Lekki Epe Expressway. So in case you want to know more about this property, give me a call. Have a nice day. All right, you're welcome back. So from the foregoing discussion, you will understand and of course agree with me that Lagos State is obviously a fertile ground for a profitable real estate investment. Now that you have seen the records and all the information we have given, you've seen that there is rapid industrialization, rapid infrastructural development in Lagos. You will also agree with me that a lot of smart real estate investors, both at home and also in diaspora, are having different kind of investments. A lot of people have gone to Ibeju Lekki, a lot of people have gone to Epe, a lot of people have gone to Mowe, a lot of people have gone to Aja, Abijo, Shangotedo, Abramadisonya, Lekki Phase 1, the Orchid, the Chevron, and of course different part of Lagos, to have their investment. So on today's episode of Property Matters White Lagos, I will also go further to explain the kind of real estate investment you can do apart from the ones you've done before. And a lot of people need to understand basically that our analysis here on Property Matters is can be verified, and of course can be a good, important, the information shared here can guide you on where you should pitch your real estate investment. So let's quickly go into today's discussion. Now, the very first investment you can look at is resorts, hotels, and hospitalities. I know I've done an extensive episode on hotels and hospitality, but today I'll be going some step further and explaining the kind of resort project that we have in Lagos, how you can be part of them, the risk, the gains, as well as the information concerning it. Now, when you look at the way things have panned out in the Lagos State real estate market, you will understand that a major important investment aspect of real estate that I love so much is in the area of resorts, hotels, and hospitality. And of course, the very first developer that came up with the idea of building resorts was Landway when they started the Isimi Lagos project. And of course, you saw how things panned out at the Isimi Lagos. A lot of people showed interest, and of course, a lot of people invested massively. Then when you look at thereafter, a few years later, efficacy also came out about with with peak resort and golf course, and then you of course few months after that, you also agree with me that of course Evermark also launched Dukia, and of course a whole lot of real estate development companies started with the idea of resorts. Now, and of course, of course, many of us are aware of the Wealthy Islet, which is also a resort. Then we also have Itunu having a golf course. Of course, they are not doing a resort. And I can tell you that before the end of this year, more real estate companies will come up with the idea of having resorts, resorts, resorts. Now, the very first thing you need to understand basically is that in the area of hospitality and tourism, Lagos State is one of the most patronized states in terms of hospitality. Like for instance, if you have been to beaches like the Landmark Beach, if you have been to the Ikate Beach, the Kateleguchi Beach, and other beach resort that we have in Lagos, you will understand that people who owns this beach are making a whole lot of money in terms of tourism, in terms of hospitality. Some will even put in a lot of um, attraction, side attraction. Of course, people spend a whole lot of money. More importantly, if it is during the festive and of course the holidays in Lagos, Nigeria, there have been instances whereby I've had this particular client of mine who I usually book a room for him because I go as far as helping him to get short let rentals in Ikate and the likes. Now you will agree with me that um investing in resorts is obviously a very, very profitable and a wise real estate investment that you can consider. Okay, investing in resource. But you should also understand that if you are investing in resource, there are some things you need to put into consideration. Now, there are some places whereby some companies have started up a resort project. Number one, you should understand that if you're investing into a resort, all resorts are not buy and build immediately. And I know a whole lot of realtors will be cursing me right now that I'm revealing some of the things they don't want you investors to know, but you people deserve to know the truth. So if you are doing a investment into a resort and some people are telling you that you come back today and start building, that obviously is a big lie. Now there are some resorts, despite the fact that they are a lot of people are talking about them, does not mean you can buy. In fact, there's a resort I've been to, and I can tell you basically that in the next 3 to 4 years, you can't stay there, but you can position your investment over there and watch it grow as things begin to unfold over the shortest period of time. So, number one, not all resorts are places where you can buy, build, and stop staying and start staying immediately. It's not a livable place. Majority of them are not, but they are a very good investment, and that's why you'll understand basically that the reason why a lot of people are calling for investor to do that is that of course when you come in, when you invest, you help them. Of course, the resource and of course the proceed of your investment can be used to provide different infrastructural you know things to make the resort grow. So even Isimi, as big as it is not livable at the moment. And of course, Dukia at the moment are doing a good job. And of course, it's not as if you can start staying there, but there's a projection that over the shortest period of time, I have this big faith that maybe before the end of this year or early next year, Dukia resorts may become livable. This depending on how the development or how the developer speed up the rate of development of that estate. So doing a resort basically is that you can have apartments that if you're buying into projects in that. Of course, when you look at what efficacy is doing, they have chalet, they have bungalows, they have terraces. So if you're doing an investment there, you are positioning yourself to have something like a short let, or you're having a residential apartment, or you're having several units of apartment that can be used basically for what? For short let rentals, and of course you're going to make a whole lot of money. I've seen instances whereby real estate developers have bought several units, which obviously is a fantastic idea. People bought into Isimi, it's a fantastic idea. People bought into Dukia, obviously fantastic idea, good investment. People bought into efficacy peak resort, it's a fantastic idea, but not all most of them are not livable now, so you still have to give them time for them to speed up the rate of development, and of course watch as events turns out. So doing an investment in a resource is obviously a fantastic real estate decision, and you're going to make money. Then the next real estate investment that you should look into is properties located in strategic locations. Oftentimes, a lot of realtors have come online to explain this, to do this, which is fantastic. Obviously, they are, giving you information that can help you open, your eyes to the investment. But basically, when you look at that, what have actually dominated the real estate scene, more importantly, the Ibeju Lekki and of course the Eleko axis are property facing the express. Now, on property facing the express are fantastic, good investments. They are fantastic, of course. Property facing the express are hot shot for hotels. They are hot shot for hospitals. Of course, you can use them for your warehouses. You can even go for doing office spaces and the like. Of course, the benefits of owning a property facing the express are enormous, and of course, time will not give me the luxury to explain everything in details. And you should know very well that doing property in a strategic location basically will help you understand the way the real estate investment market works. So, if you want to do property facing the express, is it a good real estate investment? Yes, it is. But some real estate developers are still in the process of perfecting some of their titles. And if you're going to Ibeju Lekki and you're doing a property that is facing the express, you also want to be careful if the titles have been perfected. But for some that I've seen, of course, most of their titles are great, but some are still in the process of trying to get their title fixed. So these are some of the investment that you can look into, that you can of course key in. Now I'll be rounding off in a minute or two. Now, from the foregoing analysis that I've given, the explanation I've provided, you'll understand very well that even if you have property in Benin, if you have property in Delta, Port Harcourt, Abuja, if you don't have properties in Lagos, I can tell you basically that your real estate investment portfolio is not complete. And one of the reasons why you should work with a professional, basically like us, is due to the fact that we understand the market trends. We understand a whole lot of things about real estate. In fact, we understand the roots and, of course, the mysteries surrounding investment. Of course, I may sound a little bit funny when I said mystery, but what you see on your screen, the advert you see on your screen, there's more to it. So that's why I decided to tag it as mysteries. Over the short period of investigating, doing diligence, I've unraveled a lot of secrets. I've unraveled a lot of mind blowing results, and of course, I cannot come online to tell you. So that's why sometimes you need a professional like us to guide you on the kind of real estate investment you want to go. Despite the fact that Lagos State real estate market is a profitable investment destination for you as an investor, the risk of property investment is higher than the profit. I'm going to say this again. The risk of property investment is higher than the profit. There are instances whereby a lot of people have invested in where they ought not to. I've seen a lot of investors invest in properties that the title document have not been perfected. I've seen a lot of time whereby real estate investors are bought into a property scheme, and the developer don't have the intention of fixing titles. As simple as this may seem, a lot of people don't understand that even when you want to go and perfect um, title by yourself, there's a whole lot of things that of course that are attached to it. And of course, the reason why we're coming online is that we want to relieve you of this stress. We want to put you on the path of real estate investment. Now, I've seen instances whereby a lot of investors have contacted us, and after got getting several information, of course, over the shorter period of time, we've stopped disclosing information to people because we found out that a lot of people want to be using us as a bait, which obviously would not happen. So you need to understand that despite the fact that the Lagos real estate market is profitable, the risk factor is high. The risk factor. It doesn't matter whether it is Bejuleki, whether it is Lekki, whether it is Ajah, whether it's Shangutedo. If you don't have the best hands to handle your real estate investments, you might be taking a risk that can be avoided if you choose to patronize professional like us. So this is where I'm going to draw the curtain of real estate investment of this episode of Property Matters. I love talking about investment. That may be due to the fact that I am also an investor. So until I come your way again in the next episode of Property Matters, stay blessed, keep subscribing, keep sharing this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a nice day. Bye.